Hey, it's Thomas Dark 11, and last week in my video on Avalugg, I said that this week would be a different tutorial and the next week would be the tutorial on Hisuian Avalugg, but I had an issue with the Crobat builds that I need to fix before doing the tutorial on that. So Crobat and Golbat will be next week, and this week you get Hisuian Avalugg. So if you want to see how to build Hisuian Avalugg yourself, then you can pause to see all the pieces used. I'll just mention this little batch of pieces right here. This is for the leg. You will need 4 of these. I just didn't want to take all 4 legs apart because it's a lot of studs, and all 4 legs have the exact same build. So just know that you'll need 4 times this amount of these pieces right here. Alright, so we'll start off with the head. Normally with tutorials I start from the legs and go building up, but because of the way this one's built, the legs kind of have to go on last. So we'll start off with the head. So I angle these up just a little bit to try and make it cover a little bit more and fit with the design, how it's supposed to go over the entire face, but I couldn't have the pieces to make it work like that while still showing the eyes. So I just tilt it up at a slight angle as far as it can go. There is the head of Hisuian Avalugg. So that'll get attached after the main body is put together. Next is the tail. This one's pretty small, short bit of it. Kind of just a miniature version of the head. So now for the leg, I'll put it together, but it doesn't actually get attached until the end. Again, got to make this 4 times. So this one in particular that I took off is, yeah, I think this was one of the front legs. Doesn't really matter, it's just about the details drawn on them. So there is all 4 legs, and those get attached after the main body along with these. Everything gets attached onto the main body. So the exact pieces that you use for this part doesn't really matter too much. It's just a matter of getting the right shape. So I just used what I had available that was the most stable. As long as you get this general shape, it doesn't really matter exactly what combination of pieces you use to get there. And that's referring to the plated parts, not the part underneath. The brick part, I don't see many different ways of doing this, since it's more specific pieces. So it's just the 2 layers of plates. If you wanted to, you could probably change out the pieces if you have something different available. Also, I mentioned this in the regular video for the Avalugg line, but I didn't have a good reference of the underside of Hisuian Avalugg, so there might actually be something that's supposed to be under there, like hanging icicles or something like there is on regular Avalugg. If there is, I was not aware of it, so it's missing if there's something supposed to be there. And then my favorite part of the Avalugg build is the ice sheet over it. So I put some lines in a lighter color on there to try and make it look more reflective. And now we put all the different parts together. And lastly, the head goes on there. And there we have Hisuian Avalugg. So like I said in last week's video, the tutorial for regular Avalugg, I'll save that for a later point when I'm going through remaking all the old tutorials of Kalos Pokemon. So that won't be anytime too soon, since there is already an older video of how to build Avalugg. This one was new though. And next week will be how to build Golbat and Crobat. I was originally planning to have that today, but I needed to change something about the Crobat build. It's pretty old and blocky, so I wanted to change it and make it a little more detailed first before showing a new tutorial on it. But if you watch the end, again, comment Blossom Dance down below, and see you next time. Also, forgot to mention, but it should be obvious, you can open and close this if you wanted to.